Good morning, and thank you for being here. And first, let me start by thanking the people of Broward County for following the emergency orders that we have issued, for socially distancing, wearing facial covering, sanitizing their hands, and doing what we need to do to reduce the spread of this coronavirus, COVID-19. It is working. We're seeing good results. The results is that for the past 2 weeks or more, we've seen positivity rate of less than 5%. That's great. It would be great if we can get below 1%. That would be even better. So we're going to make some adjustments in the emergency orders. Just made them, actually. And to highlight some of those adjustments that we've made is, one, our banquet facilities and function space can now operate at 50% capacity with restrictions. And one of those restrictions is that you can't have more than 100 people in a room. Non-professional organized athletic activities with spectators such as high school, Little League games, football games can now operate with some restrictions. Restaurant counters can be used for seating with the restriction that they're not able to serve alcohol at those counters. We're now removing the requirement that children under 17 cannot be grouped in more than 10 at our daycare facilities. Restaurant food establishment can now have billiard games and other games operating in them. We're now allowing for more flexibility at our apartment complexes and homeowners association. And one of those restrictions that we're lifting is the requirement that you can't have guests. So you can have your guests over now. We're also allowing for the associations not to have someone on site while the pools are being used, providing that they are sanitizing those equipment on a regular basis. And for restaurants, we're allowing for them to have live performers, providing that those performers be at least 10 feet away from guests and patrons, and that facial covering still continue when someone is not actively at the table. If they're moving to the bathroom or doing other things, they need to have facial covering still in place. Non-organized sports at the parks can now be allowed up to 10 people. That's our cap. We still expect that when you're not actively engaged in the sports activity, while you're in that park, you have your facial covering on. And for pari-mutuels, we're allowing for some distancing, and that will be something that will go out to them directly to give them some operational instructions as to what we need to do. We have an election coming up. We have school opening. And we have to be prepared in advance of that to ensure that we're still reducing the number of spread of this virus, COVID-19, and have a safe, fair election and get our children back into schools. So our bars and our clubs are not going to be open at this point in time. We're hoping that many of our early voting sites will become drive-through sites where you just drive in, drop your ballots. We're having discussion with the supervisor of elections as of right now to see how we can put that in place. And with that, I'm open to questions. Yes, that's what we're saying. But you cannot allow for alcohol sales at that counter. Unless you have some separation with plexiglass between the server and those at the bar. We need that. We need separation. Sneeze guards. So you can sit at the counter provided that yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. Well, let me close by saying that I'm proud of the people of Broward County. We have worked well together with our cities, with our stakeholders. Our businesses have responded positively towards the actions that we have taken. And we're all in this together. All of us are in this together. And COVID has taught us this, that as human beings, we are interconnected. What affects one can and often does affect the other. So we must all work together to create more safety, limit the spread of COVID-19, which will allow us to be able to reopen our economy and get to where we can work towards prosperity for all the people of Broward County. Thank you very much for being here. Yes. Our mayor's meeting, we'll have them again. When we need to talk to our mayors, we will. Thank you very much. All right.